YouTube. This is Jay. Welcome to Things to Do in Metro Atlanta Storytime with Jay. Let me start off by giving you today's date because if I don't get that date out the way, it may not ever come. So today is January the 28th, 2025, and this is video number 24, and this is Tuesday evening. So let me put it in order. This is Tuesday evening, January the 28th, 2025, and this is video number 24. Welcome to the podcast. So, my channel basically focuses on networking technology, wellness and fitness, and travel. I'm going to continue to reiterate, recapitulate, and inculcate that to you. I got to put it out there because, and also, this is story time with Jay, but the channel basically focuses on networking, technology, wellness and fitness, and travel. Because everything is networking. I know a lot of people may not see it like that. And so we're going to go into strategy again today. I just felt like I had more to say. I mean, I can stay on strategy for the rest of my life. I don't think I will do that. But I wanted to discuss strategy again today. If you want to support the channel, you can cash at me at $JAYR3240. That's $JR3240. But you spell it out. It would be $JAYR3240. So if you want to help the channel grow and you want to cash at me, it would be $JAYR3240. That's $JAYR3240. Okay, now that we got that out the way, I like to get those preliminaries out the way, these formalities and everything. Because I basically like to just kind of speak off the top of my head. Although I do have some, notes and things of this nature that I have prepared because I want to make sure I'm giving you accurate information. But once I start to expound on the information, I'm basically coming off the top of my head like it's a flow. And so, again, my channel focuses on networking, and that will be social, business, professional, experimental, and strategic. So I basically deal with the 5 points of networking. And let me go over that again, because this is important. I'm looking to collaborate and work with some people. But in order for us to work together, you got to have it together, because I'm not willing to work with anybody, but this channel is for the millions of people who are looking to come up in 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029, and 2030 and beyond. But I like to just focus on the next 5 years. So from 25 to 30, 2025 to 2030, I have my focus set on these next 5 years. But it's actually beyond, because 2031, 2032, we're going to, beyond. But let's just take it 5 years at a time. So basically, we're going to focus on networking, technology, wellness, and fitness, and travel. That's basically what the channel focuses on. But the point I was making is We're going to focus on networking right now. And what I'm saying is networking is very, very important. A lot of people underestimate networking. Your network is your net worth. So basically, the people that you spend your time around, that is your network of people. I mean, you may not like the people. You may love the people. The people may be able to help you. The people may not be able to help you. Whatever the case might be, that's your network of people. But you can always expand your network. I mean, think about from the time we were in kindergarten all the way up to 8th grade, and then from 8th grade to 12th grade, you know. Think about the time from K through 12, right? Think about the network of people you've had from K through 12 that some of them you may not even know anymore. There was some you spent a couple of years with, or maybe a few months with in some cases. You know how they may have a kid in the class, and that kid may be placed there, and then the kid moves, and so after that you don't see him no more because his parents moved away. So he went and joined another network. Sometimes a better network in some cases, in other cases a worse network. That's neither here nor there right now. The point I'm making is that your network does change over time. And you have the option to choose. Once you get past like 18 years old or whatever the case might be, legally and all that. Once you're an adult, you actually have the option to really choose. Nobody can really tell you then, okay, you need to be here, like your parents say, no, you're going to go to this school because this is where we're going to put you and this is how it is. Once you turn 18 and you're out of school, you get to choose, or you may go to college, but I'm just saying once you leave high school and you turn 18, you actually get to choose who you want to spend your time with, regardless of how somebody may feel about that. Like there may be people who feel a certain way, and they may say, I don't want you around these people. And you may be a full-grown adult. Let me get a sip of water here. Okay. You may be a full-grown adult. And you have people telling you who you can and cannot spend your time with. Now, I make suggestions. You can do whatever you want to do. I just say get with the best network you can. Get with the network that's actually going to serve you, help you to build your life or make your life better, get your life better, unless you want to live a bad life. Because I know some people, they just like doing the wild thing. They like doing the wild thing until the wild thing doesn't pay anymore, or they ain't getting nothing out of it no more. Then all of a sudden now they want to turn over a new leaf. And that's fine too, because you can change when you want to. See, that's the thing about life. You get to pretty much do what you want to do. You just got to deal with the consequences. And I've made some mistakes in life. I have. I think we all have. I'm not gonna get into that. Not gonna get into it. But I started thinking about it, about the mistakes. I said, well, oh man, I could have done something better, and I could probably be a lot further. And when I talk about being further, right? In a lot of cases, for me, it deals with money and what the money can do. And I know everything's not about money. Because sometimes you can have money and be the most miserable person in the world. But the point that I'm making is that a lot further sometimes, when we think about going further, in a lot of cases, it does have something to do with material things and money. I'm going to just say that and leave it there, because I know there's always somebody to disagree. No, that's not what it means, and money isn't everything, and it doesn't matter what you have and what you don't have, because if someone loves you for who you are, Unfortunately, the world doesn't always work that way for everybody. For some people, it does, and for others, it may or may not. It can and it can't. It depends. It depends. We're not going to get into all that. The point I'm trying to make is that when I talk about going further and moving along in life for the better and doing things for the better and getting things together and setting everything up so that life is good, in some cases, or in many cases, it has to do with material. It has to do with like the, wealth, money, status. Let me pour a little water here, because my water ain't got no water there. And I got some ice. I like my water cold. I don't know how you like your water. I don't like water. Sometimes I drink the room temperature. I got to start doing that more often too, because I'm about to do a fast. I don't know when. I'm trying to get it together so that I can do this fast. And so, as I was saying, I did want to focus on strategy today. But, sometimes I just like the flow. I don't want to always be so serious. I want to have fun with this, to be able to express myself, to say the things that I really want to say, the things that I may not have gotten to say. I be trying to use correct English half the time. I try to use correct English half the time. And the other half, I like to cut the language up because, a lot of times, that's part of your genius too. When you're able to cut that language up and break them words up, they call it ebonics or whatever. It could be jazz, who knows, whatever, maybe whatever, right? But when you're able to cut the language up, it just kind of, that's like genius right there. A lot of times people will look at that and say, no, that's not genius. That's a sign that you don't have any education. Okay, well, let me not have none then. Because everything doesn't always fit these little molds and things that I'm running my hand across the, I don't know if y'all can see that, but I'm trying to have a little fun with this, And so basically, when we get into, cutting the language up and things of that nature, sometimes it's just more comfortable to do it. Yeah, I see all these things crossing the camera, and I'm trying to just keep it. I have a little like a picture up and everything because I'm not ready to do video yet, so I'm just kind of trying to just get more comfortable because I'm used to chilling. I don't know if y'all know that, but I am used to chilling. Now I get money. Not as much money as I want to get, though. I'm not going to lie about that. And if I was wealthy, I probably wouldn't even say anything. Because, sometimes it's just not good to do that, talking about wealth and things of that nature and what you got and stuff. Now, I'm going to talk about a little bit about what I got. Like, I like to wear polo shoes, polo boots. I had a pair, I remember when I first bought my first pair of polos, like shoes. I bought the other polo. Because there's two polos, right? For those of y'all who know. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Because, I told you I wasn't going to be getting into all that with the names and talking about. But, I name a little something. Like, I like polo, right? I like the brand Polo. And the polo shoes that I do have, I got the, there's two kinds of polos. There's US, something like USAN or USPB or something like that polo. And then there's the other polo. I'm talking about the polo when you go to the polo store, not the Polo Association one. And so the polo The nice ones, they hold up to the weather. Like those shoes, they really hold up to the weather. And so that's what I like about them. Like I could come out there in those shoes, those boots, and it could be any kind of weather out there. And I mean, I'm not gonna be walking through like deep, deep puddles of water, nothing like that. I did have to do that one time. Like I was parked in this parking lot and it rained, right? And it came down really, really hard. And so I was parked, I guess, on some kind of incline or something, or like a slope where it sloped inward, downward, or whatever. And the car was in there like that. It was in that space. And so when I came back out the store, I had to walk through like a deep puddle of water. And so my feet, got wet. And, but I mean, I don't generally be walking through puddles of water like that. Anyway, getting back into networking, right? Networking is everything. Again, your network is your net worth. The kind of people you spend your time with, that is your network. You might not even like those people. And you don't have to. It would help if you did. It's better when things are like-minded. Like-mindedness is the key, as opposed to being all like ill-fitted and this doesn't fit and these people are not my people and all of that, right? Being like-minded, having the right people around you makes all the difference. I know we all know what the wrong people sometimes are like and what it feels like. And we may not necessarily know what the right people feels like in every case. I think maybe we do, but maybe we need more of it. Having the right people around you. And so your network is your net worth. And it's very important that you develop your network. And sometimes your network may not necessarily be perfect, may not be like what you thought it could or would be. But sometimes it helps to develop a network because you don't want to be out here trying to do everything by yourself. This is the reason why a lot of people are struggling. They trying to do it all by themselves. And I don't know who got them on that. And we ain't going to get into that. Because I got my theory on that. Like why people can't make it and how it came to be and who placed them in this position. They did it to themselves. But then conditions have been set for that. Just like conditions are set for you to meet the right people. It depends on your mindset. You got to get your mind right. And so, just got to get your network together. If you're looking to do anything, in life, you got to get your mind right. Because if you don't, you're going to struggle. And there's too many people struggling now. I'm drinking some water here. I got to get that water in, and that's cold. I got that block of ice in it. I like the cold water. Anyway, you got to get your network right. Now, I'm going to get up, and I got to check on something because I'm also doing a little cooking in here tonight. I don't do a lot of cooking. Sometimes I'll be trying to eat like foods that you just prepare without cooking. Did you know that there are foods like a tomato, right? You don't have to cook that. A cucumber, you don't have to cook that. Celery, you don't have to cook that. But yet you can. You can take tomatoes and saute them and, I guess cucumbers, I guess you could do something with those. And celery, a lot of people put a little celery in it and all when they're making stew and all these things. But you do not have to cook these foods. You can eat these foods like right out of the pack. Of course, it's good to wash them off, and you may soak them in something to get all the residue on it. Different things that might be on it. People handling all that, handling your food before you get it. Do you know how many people handles your food before it reaches your table? Your dinner table? How many people handle your food? That's a question that I'm going to ask. I have a few questions I want to ask today. I'm not going to give you the answers. One of the questions is, what is complementary therapy? And the other question is, what is B23 and B47 as it pertains to the body? Because you know my area is biotech. So, like, this is Jeopardy. And so I'll ask those questions because it just makes it more interesting. But we're basically talking about networking. As a matter of fact, let me get up and check on my food. I am cooking tonight. I cooked last night. I'll be right back. Everything looks good. Okay, everything's in order. So, I just got to do it because if I don't, I won't have food for tomorrow. And I'm actually cooking, so that means I'm not eating cucumbers and celery and tomatoes. Well, I am because I got that too, but I have some stuff in addition to that. I'm doing a little something here. And, I wanted to go back on a plant-based diet. I wanted to go back on a plant-based diet. And I guess when I'm ready, I'll do it. May God help me. Okay. So let's go over networking, right? My channel focuses on 5 points of networking. And that networking is social, business, professional, experimental, and strategic. And social would be Instagram. When you're on Instagram and you're socializing with people on Instagram and you're conversing back and forth with people, making comments, that's social networking. But also when you're in person too. Let's say if you're going to like let's say like a bar or a lounge, right? And I'm not advocating drinking. I'm just saying you go to a bar, you go to a brewery, because they do meet at breweries. I guess that's a promotional thing, I guess. Never really thought much about it, but now that I'm thinking about it, I think that's a promotional thing. Sometimes you'll meet at a excuse me. Sometimes you'll meet at a restaurant and it's a promotional thing. I hope I don't get the hiccups. You'll meet at a restaurant and it could be a promotional thing for the restaurant, but I mean, it doesn't matter as long as you're networking. I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't care where we meet as long as no, I do care where we meet. And let me take that back. It's got to be somewhere nice. Like I do a variety of places, but I like places in certain zip codes. For those of you who know what that means, and I know everybody know what that means. I like to go to places that are in certain zip codes, and I like to stay out of other zip codes. Have you ever heard of potential rating at Zip Market, Prism? Yeah, I got a certification under my belt for business, and so I learned a lot with that. I did. I was at a low point in my life when I took that class, and those people were well connected. They did help me. I got into something good. I got into something big after that. My career took off after that. But anyway, before that, I was a security guard. I was working as a security guard. And I wanted more. And so I decided to go back to school, take some classes. Sometimes you can take a class and they will certify you. You get your certification in business or health or computers, A+ or whatever. And a lot of times, depending on you as a person, That may be one of the best things you ever do for yourself. My certifications took me a lot further than college did. Although college, I learned some things in college. I studied hard. I know things. I took like I have a what do you call I have a cosmopolitan education. I don't know if you ever heard that. Like 7 liberal arts. Look it up. Depending with that kind of an education, I guess it's who you know. I guess it's who you know, depending on whatever education you get. And that's where your networking comes in. See, I got to keep bringing it back to networking. And so I'm just flowing off the top of my head, and I like to do that during the beginning of this podcast because I don't like to come out and start with the like if I'm going to do statistics or numbers or anything like that and get real formal. I like to be more comfortable. This is story time with Jay, okay? Things to do in Metro Atlanta. Story time with Jay. And that has to do with living life in the Metro Atlanta area. And this is one of the places to be now. There are some people who would disagree with that. And they say they don't like Atlanta and all of that. Okay, fine. Because there's a lot of places I don't like. There's a lot of places I would never want to live. I'm not going to get into that. Because we're not here to like put, places down, people down where they live and all. We're not here to do all of that. We're just here to for those of you who want to make it. This channel is for the millions of people who want to make it, because I know there's millions of people out there who want to make it. But let me also add, because I've said it's for the millions of people who want to make it, it's for the millions of people who are willing to take action. That's what I really mean to say. And I know there'll be somebody who, well, you didn't say that. So you just said it was for the millions of people who wanted to make it. I want to make it, but I'm not going to do anything. I don't want to get off the couch. Well, stay on the couch then. But this channel, Things to Do in Metro Atlanta, Storytime with Jay. This channel is for the millions of people who want to make it here in the United States, and for the multi-millions of people who want to make it abroad if it reaches that far, because you never know how far you may be able to go. So let me go ahead and include that. And let me say it again. This channel is for the millions of people who want to make it here and who are willing to take action. And that's where your networking comes in. That's what this channel is about. Because I know there's some people that want to take action. I'm looking to work with those people. But you got to be serious. Looking for maybe 4 or 5 good people to network with. Because sometimes you never know who you're going to meet. Sometimes you meet some good people. Not all the time. Not all the time. Sometimes. And I ain't settling for nothing less. All right. So let's get into the networking. So there are 5 points of networking. I feel I need to go over this every time. Right? And we're going to go over some strategy too. The 5 points of networking: social, business, professional, experimental, and strategic. Social is when you get on Facebook or Instagram and you talk to people back and forth. Business is when you join a group like the Chamber of Commerce. Professional is when you join a group like LinkedIn and you put your profile up and your credentials, and you may be a doctor, a physician, you may be a surgeon, you could be, a plumber, master plumber, or whatever, and you put your credentials up and you let people know what you do. Experimental is trial and error. That's actually networking online, because I know a guy say he lost $12,000 day trading. He said, I lost 12 bands. That's experimental right there, networking, because you're networking. Experimental can mean a variety of different things. You could be networking in person. You could be networking online. You could be networking somewhere where it could be dangerous and you decided to take a chance. You could be networking somewhere where you're out of your league and you decided to take a chance. And all of that can go left. All of it. That's why it's experimental. It can put you somewhere where you didn't ever think you would be. I'm not going to get into all that, where you wind up somewhere and you like, oh my God. Yes, it can happen. Experiments sometimes go wrong. You remember the cartoon about the mad scientist? And he used to do all these experiments. Yes, experimental networking can go left on you. Experimental is about trial and error. So basically, you got to kind of take it easy. You don't want to put yourself in harm's way. You want that experiment to kind of, sometimes you can kind of foresee some things, right? And so you want the experimental networking to be more favorable. You're experimenting, but you're setting it up to a large degree to be more favorable. You never want to put yourself in a situation where you have no idea what the outcome would be. I mean, unless you're that kind of person, like a daredevil. Some people live for that thrill. I don't really live for that kind of a thrill. I like to just kind of, life's been challenging enough for me. So I just kind of want to just make things happen. Now, I'm looking for an additional $3,000 a month. I'm working on that. And, I was supposed to make a move today, but I couldn't make it today. Just couldn't make it. I guess it wasn't the right time to make it. But I will be making this move before the end of the week. And let's look at the date again. Let's look at the date, because I always like to check that. Today is Tuesday, January the 28th, 2025, and this is video 24. Welcome to the podcast. Podcast number 24. So this is Tuesday. I'll get this done before Friday or before next week. Definitely before next week. I'll get it done. And so let's go over networking one more time. Social, business, professional, experimental, and strategic. And strategic is a combination of the four, which would be social, business, professional, experimental. Strategic is a combination of the four. And I'm going to run through them one more time. Social would be like when you're networking on Instagram or in person. Business would be when you join a group like the Chamber of Commerce. Professional would be when you join LinkedIn. You put your profile up there. You could be a doctor, a plumber, a mechanic, a teacher, and you put your profile up there. Experimental is trial and error, what we just got through talking about, and how you can put yourself in a bad situation and not know the outcome and mess around and wind up somewhere where you never thought you would ever be. You're like, how did I get here? Now you're trying to figure out how you're going to get out of it. That's experimental networking. It can go left, depending on what you do. Now, if you're safe, it should be fine, Because I don't do the experimental networking to the point where I'm going to wind up somewhere and I don't want to be. I don't try to put myself in situations like that. I try to make sure that I'm going to be safe. And then strategic would be a combination of all of the above, 1 through 4. I want to go over strategy again today. So when we talk about strategic networking, in some cases, you might need to change the pace and the situation to suit you. Because people see you a mile away. They see you coming. Because networking has to do with, a lot of times when people are networking, they're trying to get money. They're not networking for no reason. And I went over that yesterday. And that was podcast number, let me look now because I always have to make sure. That was podcast number 23. And that was Monday, January 27th, 2025. I went over that, how sometimes people can, they see you coming a mile away. And their goal is to get your money. But a lot of times they may be trying to sell you things that you may not necessarily need. And you have to figure out what you want and need. Now, I know a lot of wealthy people. I've been around wealthy people. Wealthy people don't buy things they don't want. They're not swayed by everything. A lot of times they're working, making money. And when they make money, they're going to spend the money. But they're going to spend some of the money, or a nice amount of the money. Not all of the money. They never spend it all. But they'll spend a little portion of it. And it could be thousands of dollars on what they want. Whereas other people, some of them may be wealthy and some of them may not be wealthy, will spend money on things they don't really want just to be spending. And that's the point what I'm making. People see you coming and they'll try to get you to spend money on things that you don't need it. They'll tell you you need it, but you may not really need it. This is where your strategic networking comes in, because you got to start using strategy. And you need to change the pace in the situation that's going to suit you. Or change the pace and situation to suit you. Sometimes, I get these words jumbled up now. OJ is getting old now. OJ is getting old. I do make mistakes. But you get the general point of what I'm trying to say, is that you need to change the situation to suit you. Don't always give people the control. And again, this is for the people who want to make it. This is for the people who are looking to take action to make it. I'm looking to network with people like that. And again, don't try to play me. Don't try to play me. Because 9 times out of 10, it ain't going to work. I'm out here just to make some extra money and go on about my business. Now, I'm looking to network with people. But I'm not looking to be used. I'm not looking to be played for a fool. None of that. And I don't do that to people. I come straight up on the up and up. And a lot of people look at that as weak. But I do that because I don't want the backlash that comes with doing all of this stuff to people. And you try to take advantage of people. Next thing you know, you wind up again. That's that experimental networking. Wind up somewhere where you don't want to be. It can't go left on you. It's all about the networking. This is what I'm trying to get you to see. Your network, the people that you around, that you be around. Could be grandmama and them. Could be, could be your dog. People or beings, or whatever that you around, the entities living, whatever it is that you hang around. That's your network. And sometimes a dog is a good thing. But he shouldn't be the only person you know. I'm just claiming him as a person right now. I think you can claim him as a dependent on your taxes. Rover. Like, how many dependents do you have? Well, I have one. What is his name? His name is Rover. Yeah, I'm trying to have a little fun because, but my point is that your network is your net worth. And the people that you are around will determine how far you're going to go. And it's not even about that all the time. It's really about you getting what you need. I wished that I had had all the things I needed in life. But I didn't. So I had to take some chances. I had to get out here and get it. We all do. You know what I mean? That's just the way life works. You got to get out there and get it. Let me take a break for a minute. I need to check on my food. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm very pleased with the outcome of the food. It's looking good over there. I may have to check on it one time. Let me look and see what the time is. 9:30. Okay, let me see. I've been on here 42 minutes. Okay. So, as far as your networking is concerned, you need to get with people that's going to bring about a favorable outcome. Let me say it that way. And I'm going to focus on networking because my channel is based on networking, technology, wellness, and fitness and travel. Networking, technology, wellness, and fitness and travel. And let me give you my website, lifewave.com/Jay Baresi. That's JAYBARESI. Lifewave.com/JAYBARESI. Check it out. I'm dealing with stem cell activation patches, and they activate, build, and reset the stem cells. And so I've been doing this for over a year now. This is a new business. And they work because I use them. I got mine on. I'm about to go to the gym. When I finish this podcast, I'm going to the gym because the gym is open tonight. I was out there earlier. I went to the store. And so I decided to cook some food. I just went out for a few things, And I needed to use my credit cards. They sent me an email. They told me if I don't use my credit card, they're going to cut it off. I'm like, what? I just paid the thing off. They're like, that doesn't count. I don't think I used it when. No, as a matter of fact, I haven't used it in a while. Yeah, I'm getting old. OJ is getting old, He missed things sometimes. Befuddled. So I went out there and I used it. And I got some more I need to use tomorrow. Got to go back to the store tomorrow. I'll get some celery tomorrow. I like celery for some reason. Sometimes you got to look at what your cell salt is. I'm going to just say that. Look up cell salt, right? And what is your cell salt? It goes by like when you were born. So let's say you're an Aries, right? Or Pisces. And I know there's people, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in all of that. I just don't believe in that. Okay, well, don't believe in it. But in order to look up your cell salt, sometimes if you look up the cell salt for when you were born, like the month you were born, and it goes by like you might be an Aries, you could be a Sagittarius, you could be a Capricorn. it'll tell you, like, based on that, if you put that information in, you'll be able to get it easier, as opposed to you trying to just figure it out, without that. So sometimes certain inputs make a difference. This is where you come in with your artificial intelligence and prompt engineering, AI tools. I'm not going to get into that because I'm not really the expert I want to be on AI. I just understand it to a certain extent. And so I do some AI influencing. I want to build that up because artificial intelligence is here. Never thought it would ever be here, but like I never saw that coming, but it is. It's here. And so I got into that last year. I go to the blockchain and I deal with, blockchain, and I go to meetings on blockchain and, just different kinds of technology. And that's why I say my channel is about networking, technology, wellness and fitness, and travel. So getting back into strategic networking, a lot of times you need to change the pace in the situation to suit you and stop letting people have that control. Because a lot of times they're going to play on your emotions using food, using drink. You know how sometimes you may have some drinks and using music, but they're going to play on your emotions. You need to change the pace in the situation to suit you. You might have a drink. That doesn't mean you can't change the pace and the situation. Just because you had a drink don't mean you gotta let people take advantage of you. So I'm not saying not to drink if you want to drink. Now maybe you shouldn't drink. Drinking's bad, that's what they say. And it probably is. I believe it is to a certain extent. Do it in moderation, but probably shouldn't be drinking or smoking or whatever, right? But each individual has to do what they feel is good for them. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But the point that I am making is that you need to change the pace and situation to suit you. That's your strategy. You see what I'm talking about? Strategic networking. Because, see, they have it all on their side. See, they have the pace and the situation to suit them. As soon as you walk in the door, you're a mark. And they're going to get your money. This is how it is down here in Atlanta. In the metro Atlanta area. And it's like that everywhere. Soon as you walk in the door, they see you coming. And they're like, oh, let's see if we can pile it on. They want to sell you this, sell you that. And I'm not saying that everybody's bad either. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that you need to change the pace in the situation to suit you and stop following everybody else's lead. This is for the millions of people who want to make it and that subset of people who are going to take action to make it. So let me say it that way. This is for the subset of people who are going to take action to make it. Because a lot of people want to make it. They ain't going to do nothing, though. There's a lot of people that want to make it. They say they want to make it. They'll scream that to the top of their lungs. But they ain't going to do nothing. Every time you see them, they're in the same position they was in last time. And you're like, wait a minute, you still here? They're like, yeah, well, I tried to, do this, but, things wouldn't permit me to go in the way I don't want to hear it. Because, a lot of times, that person sometimes, they not trying. And I'm not talking about somebody that can't move. And they're like, I can't move. I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about people who are capable. And they always got an excuse. And when I say capable, I mean they're able to move. They have their eyes work, their ears work, everything work, their mouth, their feet, their legs, their arms. Everything is in good working order. They can go to the doctor and pass a physical. But every time you talk to this person, they got some reason why they can't do this and they can't do that. And you out here and you doing everything you got to do. And I know it's stressful. I know it's hard. Because I go through it every day. When I wake up, I'm like, oh, God. You know how you wake up some days and you like, oh, God. Help me. Help me. You know what I'm talking about? And then you have other people and they don't even try. They're just like, well, things just ain't going right. And I'm just going to wait on, I'm going to wait on things to change. And they start singing that tune. And you like, oh, man, it's the same thing with you. What is it with you? Every time I turn around. And you might not say that. Sometimes you laugh it off like, ha, 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 ha. Right? But you thinking it. Like every time I turn around, you saying the same thing. You ain't never got no money. You always broke. But yet the money's flowing out here. Money's still flowing in the United States, okay? Let me say that one more time. I'm going to say it twice. Money is still flowing in the United States. When I went out here today, the stores were open. Okay? Money's flowing. All right? So that means you can get out there and get you some. Drive Uber, Lyft, you can do something. Shovel some snow. Whatever. Get a job. Whatever. Whatever. And I'm not coming down on anybody. I'm just saying that money is flowing in the United States. You may not like what you're going to have to do to get it. Nah, I didn't say that. Because, life, that's life. Life's rough. And you're going to have to do something. You're going to have to do something. A little something. Some people got the gift of gab. All they got to do is start talking. And people give them money just for talking. Just for speaking. You know what I'm talking about? We ain't going to get into that. But there are some people who, their voice is magnetic. And so just listening to them speak, you feel like you want to make a donation in their honor. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. I'm hoping somebody make a donation in my honor. You can cash at me. And let me give you the cash app. It is $JAYR 3240. Once again, to cash at me. Cash at me at $JAYR 3240. Hit the cash app. But the point that I'm making is that you do need to change the pace in the situation to suit you. A lot of times people will set you up to get real comfortable. Oh, they'll let you get real comfortable. Oh, go on, kick your feet up. Go on, take it easy. Don't worry about it. Would you like something to eat? Oh, yes, what would you like? But you're going to have to pay that bill at the end of it. They're willing to accommodate to you. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Don't get it twisted. Because I happen to like that. But I'm saying sometimes they set you up for things that you don't really want. Like, let's say you're not hungry and they trying to offer you food. Come on in. And you're like, no, I'm not really hungry. And then you go in there and they're like trying to upsell you. That's what I'm saying. About changing the pace in the situation to suit you. Don't give people all the controls. This is strategic networking. I think this will be the last one that I do on strategy. But I just wanted to do a couple of things on strategy. Like, share, and subscribe. Let this video go viral. People need to know this. And I know this may not be of the utmost importance to some people. I know some people don't care. But this is a very important message about controlling the dynamic. Taking control over your life. Stop letting people play you for a fool. Every time you turn around, you getting the short end of the stick. You being played out of pocket. And you talk about they played me out of pocket. They played me. No, you played yourself. Because you didn't take control of the situation. You didn't change the pace or the situation to suit you. And that's what you need to do. And I'm looking for people who got that, who got those skills. Because maybe we can work together and collaborate together. I can show you where the money is. And we can work together. If you don't already know, you might know more than me. Look, I'm not the smartest person in the world. I can just hold my own in any room. I can go almost in any room in the world and hold my own. Now, there'll be rooms I go into, I don't speak that language, so yeah, I might feel out of place because of that. But anywhere in the English-speaking world, I can kind of hold my own. I mean, you know, I'm going to understand what's being said, and I ain't signing nothing. Not putting my name, not putting my signature on anything that doesn't benefit me. I got a mechanism that's going to kick in and say, nope, don't sign that. I ain't signing nothing. And so my point is that you need to change the pace and control the situation to suit you. And stop letting everybody else, excuse me, I got the hiccups now. Oh my God. I do not want the hiccups right now. Stop letting everybody else control the pace and the situation. You need to take control of your life and stop letting people play you. You keep getting the short end of the stick and it's got splinters on it. And when they yank it out of your hand, you got nothing and then you got splinters. All you got is pain. This is what's happening with people. They keep getting the short end of the stick. They ain't never got no leverage. Well, you need to start changing the pace and controlling the situation to suit you. That's what this is about. Now, I didn't go into it like I did yesterday. I went into the pie chart and the math, and I said that, I might have made an error here and there with that. I mean, come on now. We make some errors, but the overall message is most of the money comes from most of the people. Stop letting people play you like that. You're spending your money on things you don't need. Now, most people are never going to figure that out, but you can, because this channel is for the people that's looking to take some action. That's who this channel's for. And I know people are going to gravitate to this. Even if it's one or two people. You can tell one or two more. 3 or 4 more. And so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. That's how I learned. I gravitated. I'm not wasting my money now. You see me on the street, you think I'm, well, you can see me and you think, well, who is this person? He don't look like nothing. I ain't got to look like nothing. Because I'm controlling the pace and the situation to suit me. I ain't got to look like nothing according to what other people may see as something. I'm trying to stay in control of the pace and the situation that's going to suit me. And I'm going to keep coming back to that. A lot of times people let you get comfortable. You lower your defenses. You lower your guard. And the next thing you know, they done took you to the cleaner. Let me say that again. Oh, let me say that again. Look at these basketball players out here. I ain't gonna mention no names. And some of these celebrities getting taken to the cleaners. Like, what is wrong with you? Because they don't know any better. And my channel is here for that. Book a session, book a consultation. I could tell you a lot of things. Oh, I know, I've been studying. Okay? I've been studying, I know things. Book that session. It's only $2 a minute. Hit me up on Facebook Messenger. Look for Things to Do in Metro Atlanta on Facebook, and then hit me up on Facebook Messenger. You want to book that consultation? It'll be well worth it. But I know a lot of people, well, I'm going to go with the people that I know. That's what I'm saying. The people you know, they ain't telling you nothing because they're around you trying to feed off of you. They're going to make sure you don't go no further than where they want you to go. They got you anchored. But if you ever want to break free from that, you need to start seeking help. And if not me, then with somebody else. Because there's plenty of people that'll tell you the truth. They'll set you straight. Some of them not going to charge you. They'll just give it to you straight up. But the thing is, will you be ready for it? My time's valuable. I just can't just, get on these phone calls and things with you. I need to be paid for this information because I struggle to get this. I've been through a lot, through trial and error. And this is part of what I do as consulting. And I know people will look at that and they may say, well, no, that's not worth it. Okay. Maybe to you it's not. But I'm not going to get caught out there, not like that. I mean, we can all get caught out there. But I'm not going to get caught out there like that. Ain't nobody fixing to play me. You know how they say, ain't nobody finna play me. Finna. Ain't nobody finna play me. It can't be done. I'm not going to let it happen. Because I have my people around me. And they not going to let it happen. You see what I'm saying? We ain't going to get into that. Don't worry about all that. I'm just saying. It's not going to happen because I'm going to figure that out. I see that, I'll be walking into a trap. Oh my God, what am I doing? Snap out of it. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of times people will get you to lower your defenses and they be done took you to the cleaners. I know it's like, and they would have taken you or they are going to take you. No, they're going to took. You got took. You got took. You've been hoodwinked. You got took. Yes. Just took it. They took yo. You know what I'm saying? Took your ish. They took it. Played yourself. Don't do it. That's strategic networking. This is strategic networking. It's all about the networking. Your network is your net worth. The people that you deal with on a daily basis, that is your network of people. And they may not care nothing about you. Sometimes they might love you. People might love you to the high heavens, you know. But your network of people is your net worth. Your network is your net worth. Let me reiterate, recapitulate, and inculcate. Reiterate, recapitulate, and inculcate. Your network is your net worth. Stop letting people play you. Because they're going to lead you nowhere. And your pocket's going to be light. You know what I'm saying? They're going to lead you nowhere. They're going to take you on a ride. Take you on a roller coaster ride. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of that ride, your pocket's going to be light. You done got took. They took you for a ride, and they took you. You got to be careful with people out here. And that's what I'm saying. Why you must start networking on a strategic level. A lot of people are not telling you this. I know a lot of people look at networking and they don't think it means anything. A lot of people think networking is just showing up somewhere to get something to eat. Well, what brings you out here? Well, yeah, well, see, I just came out here, to get out of the house, I just came out here to get out the house, I ain't really trying to do, just to get out the house, to see who was out. That's why I'm here. They come to networking functions to come out the house just to get out to see who's here. You don't got to go to a networking function for that. You can go anywhere for that. But it ain't nowhere to go. Because we in America now, we experiencing a loneliness epidemic. So people hear the word network and they understand that means connect. Only thing is, when they get where they going, they don't never connect with nobody. Because they don't understand what networking is. And allow me to go over the 5 points of networking. Social, business, professional, experimental, and strategic. Let's go over it one more time. Social, business, professional, experimental, and I almost said that wrong. I was going to say strategic, but strategic. So let me go over it again because I almost mixed it up. And I don't like to do that. I like to pronounce these words right. Social, business, professional, experimental, and strategic. And so a lot of times, people do feel like they're going to connect. They do feel like they're going to connect. That's why they go to networking function, because deep down inside, they want to connect. But they don't know how to. Have you noticed that? People don't know how to connect anymore. What happened? Back in the days, people just walk up, hey, how you doing? My name is Joe. I'm blah, blah, blah. I live down the street. My father owns the store around the corner, Mr. K. You like, okay, I know K. He owned the meat market? Yeah, that's my father. Okay, I go there all the time. And that's what it was about. People don't know how to do that anymore. Like, I go to the auto mechanic shop down there. They fix my car. Oh, you go there? That's where I get my gas. People don't know how to do that anymore. They ain't got nothing in common no more. I don't know how that done happen. I have my ideas. We ain't gonna go there. I ain't about to go there. It ain't even worth talking about because it's not gonna go anywhere. I mean, people look at it, yeah, well, okay. No. Do something about it. Learn to start controlling the dynamic. Learn to put yourself in the right situation. Learn to put yourself in the driver's seat to control where you want to go. That's what you got to do. Because that's what I'm doing. Let me get me a little sip of water. This water is still cold. Oh, yes. Thank God for that. Because without that water, H2O. And I always ask that question, what's the difference between H2O and H3O? Just look it up. I'm not going to give you the answer. I ask these questions for a reason, to get you to think. Because if you ain't thinking, you're going to get played. We're not worrying about those who are not thinking. That's how they make their money. That's how the money gets made. It gets made off the people who are not thinking. They're needed. Like I had a friend, right? He's a good person, deep down. Else he wouldn't be a friend of mine. He's a good person deep down. I know he is. And he said, look, we need people to pay into the system. He ain't no joke, man. He be saying something. But I be saying some stuff too. I'm holding back. I'm not really saying all the things I could say. That would be for Patreon. We're on YouTube. And YouTube has guidelines. I was looking over the things that said respect the guidelines and make sure you do and say what's appropriate here. And yeah, I want to say what's appropriate. I don't want to violate the community standards or the guidelines. But sometimes you need to talk for real. And I'm keeping it as real as I can without overstepping. And some people may think, well, Jay, man, you out there. Okay, so I'm out there. That's me. But I'm trying to stay within the guideline because there's a lot I want to say that I can't say. It's a whole lot I want to say that I can't say. Not on YouTube. That's why I say book a consultation. Oh, I'll tell you then. And even then, I have to kind of curtail it. But I can clue you in and point you to the right direction, and you can draw your own conclusions, sometimes. A good teacher. Did you ever, when you were in school, did you ever have this booklet? It was a workbook, and it said, draw your own conclusions. Well, I just saw some money come through my email. There it is right there. And it is what, 10:03? Let me see. I think I'm right. 10:01. Okay, I was wrong. Because I'm looking at my analog clock. It's like 5 minutes to 10, but it's actually 10:01. And up there, it's closer to 10:05. I always keep it fast. So when I'm trying to go somewhere. Yeah, I just saw some money come through my email just now. It ain't that much, but, it's something. A little something. I want to be more. I want to make more money. Right now, I'm an average person, average earner, an average. I want to go above average. That's what I'm striving for. And I only want it because I want to spend it. Oh, of course I'm going to invest some. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not a fool. Yes, I'm going to invest some. My money's going to make money. But I'm going to be spending the money so that I can give the lifestyle that I want. I can have the active lifestyle. It's all about lifestyle. It's all about living. Let me keep it real. Let's talk for real. It's about living. It's about getting what you want, regardless of that. If it's a cheeseburger, go out and get that. Some people need a cheeseburger. Okay, fine. Beautiful. I guess no one needs it, but you know what I mean? Somebody wants a cheeseburger. And when, if I'm going to order a cheeseburger, right, it's going to be a triple. And I happen to like Burger King. I want a triple Whopper. With lettuce, tomatoes, and onions. Oh, yes. One of my other favorite burgers was a double quarter pounder from McDonald's. I did like that. I did. That was my it's one of my favorites. Because you're going to be full off of that. Double quarter pounder, that's a half pound. That's a half pound of beef. But I like the Whopper. I just like the way, I don't know, it's something they do. Got me all caught up. But I haven't ordered a Whopper in a while, okay? So I'm trying to get back on this plant-based diet because I want to look good. When springtime get here, I got some nice clothes I want to wear, some nice little shoes, sneakers, because I like to look good. I'm from New York. We dress. But I wear sportswear mostly. I don't wear I don't be suited up. I don't be trying to be like real fly And you know, I like you see dude got the shoes with the short, they creased and all, and the shorts got a crease in it. And no, I don't do it like that. I'm more of a sportswear type. More sportswear. I like to wear a little jewelry though. You know, just a little bling, you know, a little bling. I mean, it ain't gonna be worth that much, you know. If you try to pawn it, it ain't worth that much. But it's just a little something, like, you know, a little refine, a little taste, a little class. Yes, that's me. I'm talking straight up off the top of my head now. We ain't going into all of that. But we're still talking about strategic networking because you have to have a strategy at all times. And you don't need to know the theory behind it, you just do it. That's what genius level is like. Genius is just do. You ever had people or heard of people, they got an honorary degree? You know why they got that honorary doctorate? Because they were already on that level. So they just gave it to them. I heard they have to pay for it sometimes, but still, a lot of times when they give you that, you pretty much, like, your mind is just, you way out there mentally. You're out there. You're smarter than the average person. When they give you that honorary doctorate, and you're Dr. So-and-so, right? Dr. Jones. My name is Dr. Jones, right? When they give you that, that means that you're probably more advanced and you're actually already teaching. So they gave it to you as an honorary. You might have had to pay a little something. I don't know. I heard some people pay a little something for it. But you got to pay for education anyway in this country when you go past a certain level. And some parents pay for their kids to go to school from kindergarten all the way through because they send them to private school. You got to pay for those things. They actually give these people that, and then they might pay a little something, a little endowment or whatever the case might be, right? For that honorary doctorate. Those people are probably more advanced than the average person. I'm just going to go out there on a limb. And I don't think I'm wrong about that. And I don't want to start naming names. Because then they'd be like, oh, no, he's not. No, they should revoke his doctorate. They should revoke his doctorate. I don't like, you know, and all of that. But I'm not talking about it. I'm just saying, like, a lot of people who have these honorary doctorates, because I know they could give me one. Because I already know. I'm already on that level. Because I can expound on some things much more than where I'm at. And they had to give me that PhD. But that doesn't really mean anything. I'm going to tell you what means something for real. Just getting what you want out of life. And if it's a double cheeseburger, so be it. If it's a new pair of shoes, so be it. If it's a pool in the backyard, so be it. If it's an airplane, so be it. If it's a boat ride or a cruise or a yacht, so like, you know how some people got their own yachts, so be it. If it's a mansion, 5-bedroom mansion, so be it. If it's a new book, so be it. It could be a book. Now, some books are actually worth money. They got books, and I know a lot of people may not know this, but I'm gonna try to say this in a way where I say it, and, you know, I'm gonna try to take the charge out of it, right? They got books out here that are very, 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 very valuable. They're so valuable that nobody you know got one of those. Nobody has that book. That's how valuable, and you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. And there's people out here to see to it that you never get that book. Ever. So, okay, all right. Okay? You ain't never going to get that book. But you may not necessarily need it because that book has been locked up in the museum or whatever, like the vault somewhere. And you ain't never going to get that book. You're never going to get that book. You're never going to get your hands on that book. That's how valuable that book is. And I know people say, well, what kind of book is it? Yeah, well, I don't know. I have my ideas, though. I used to read back in the day. I don't read that much now. I don't read that much now. I'm almost a functional illiterate. I read a little though. I do, you know. Sometimes I do my artificial intelligent prompts, prompt engineering. I enjoy that from time to time. Sometimes they don't even have the answer. I'm like, wait a minute now. I thought you were supposed to be all this. They're like, no, sorry, I cannot help you. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm back to square one. I got to figure it out on my own. But you get the point, right? There are books out here that are so valuable, you're never going to have it in your hand. That's how powerful, powerful it is. You read that book, it might knock you off your feet. And you might not never wake up again. Just reading that book. Yeah, they got books. From what I'm to understand, there are books out here that is that powerful. Now, I don't know. This is only what I've been told. And people say a lot of things, right? But they got books that they have locked. Like there's books in museums and other things. Like this one time I read this book called it was at the Strand bookstore in New York. You could go there. And they had translated it from Arabic. It was called I don't think it was the Antigone. It wasn't the Antigone. It was, might have been the Antigone. Could have been. Let's just say it was the Antigone, right? The Antigone. But it was one of those, the book, the translation, right? It went back to the Arabic, and they said they had translated it from something else, and then they translated it into English, and the book was real thick, like one of those old Bibles. Like you remember Grandma and them Bible, the white Bible used to be up on the dresser, and they had the pictures in the Bible. I don't know if y'all know nothing about that. Y'all probably don't know nothing about that. But there were Bibles that Grandma and them had, great-grandmama and them, right? They had these Bibles. And in this Bible, it was a real thick Bible. It was a very thick book. And so, it might have been embossed in white leather, and it said the Bible, Bible, right? And the book was very heavy. You couldn't you had to pick this book up with two hands. Well, this book I read at the Strand bookstore, I think it might have been the Antigone, if I'm not mistaken. But it was something along them lines for those of you who understand this. And it had the Arabic in it, and they were translating it from Arabic to English. Because, that's like the old language, and then it goes back before Arabic, Sanskrit, right? For those of you who know. Sanskrit. Let me say it again. Sanskrit. Sanskirt. Oh, God, I can't even talk now. Sanskrit, right? All right. I'm just saying, this book, and this is not that book that I'm talking about. They got books out here they don't even want you to read. Those books are locked up. And if you read those books, you'd be probably very enlightened. Probably just holding it in your hand might do something for your whole aura, energy, and everything like that. It might take you to another level. Just holding the book in your hand may take you to another level. But I don't read that much no more, so you ain't got to worry about me. Now imagine if you got a hold to one of those books. I don't think they let you want that. I don't think they want you to have that kind of a book. But there are books out here similar, watered down, much more watered down. And if you read those books, you would still be enlightened. And you may have an idea because you have your imagination. And imagination is a wonderful thing. I'm just trying to, put something out there. I'm trying to flow. I'm flowing, freestyle here. Because, I know yesterday I did a lot of, I went off the chart and I was talking about the pie chart and how 80% of, 80% of the population or 80% of the people, but it has something to do like that. It was like most of the people who actually give most of the money, right? Most of the money comes from most of the people. And it said that most of the people who give money, their households make less than $80,000 a year. I remember that because I'm good with them numbers. When it comes to like money, I'm bad at math, but I'm good with money. I got a C in math, but I got an A in money, okay? And I still don't have the money that I want to have, but if memory serves me correctly, it said that most of the money comes from most of the people. And most of the people who give or donate money, their households make less than $80,000 per year. Like, share, and subscribe. This is Jay, Storytime with Jay. Things to do in Metro Atlanta. Again, like, share, and subscribe. Share this message. Everybody don't got this knowledge. And they told me I was the dumb one. When I was a kid, they say you'll never amount to anything. That's what I was told. I never believed it though. Actually, I haven't amounted to that much in terms of money. I'm trying to get this money, okay? It's about this money so that we can live the life that we want. But I know I have the knowledge now. But still, people don't necessarily see you as anything. And I'm past that now. It doesn't matter what people see. I don't care anymore. I just want to live the life I want to live. And I want to help a few people along the way. And that's going to make me feel good. All right, I've been here an hour and 27 minutes. I'm about to wrap this up. But remember what I said. You need to change the pace and situation to suit you. Let me say that. I'm going to keep saying that. I'm going to go over this again. You need to change the pace and the situation to suit you. This is for the people who want to take action. Because I know there's a lot of people, they say they want money. They ain't going to take no action. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about those people. Forget about those people. This is about you. The people who are going to actually take some action. And in order to take that action, you need to change the pace and the situation to suit you. Like, share, and subscribe. This is Jay. Things to do in Metro Atlanta. Storytime with Jay. And again, change the pace and the situation to suit you. And on that note, until next time, take care.